So I'm already lazy. I'm tired of editing videos. So what I'm gonna do is actually do some sort of journey where we just learn stuff on the internet. So let's get started. So I guess one thing that I think has been lacking in my videos is actually the music behind it. I mean, I've been stealing music from other content creators, which is completely fine. But I don't want to go by that anymore. I actually want to create my own sick beats. So that's what we're going to do for the first video. So we're going to do how to make sick beats. So we're going to start off with how to make a simple hip hop trap freestyle beat in FL Studio.
And first of all you guys need to do is go ahead and download the FL Studio if you haven't already. So
alright, step one is to download and install. So let's do that real quick.
Software, you can record your audio, you can create beats, you can create melodies. Oh.
Whoa. So this guy off the bat, I don't know if he's a reliable source anymore. He's kind of sketchy now. He is downloading illegally programs like I do, but he did it and displayed it to the world, which is pretty funny.
So I've been playing around with FL Studio for a couple of weeks, so I really like it.
Okay, we have the background, we got our person. We have this guy who has a swag cap on his desktop screen. We have a guy that downloads stuff illegally, and we have a guy that's been working with FL Studio for about, he almost said a month, but he said a couple of weeks. So I'm thinking if he almost said a month and then a couple of weeks, I'm thinking he's working with maybe 3 to 4 weeks of experience. Not 4 weeks exactly, but like maybe 3 weeks and like 6 days and 26 or 18 hours, you know? Like I'm looking, he's probably in that range of expertise, if that makes sense. And I think I found my match, and like I would swipe right and take him on a date.
This is the channel rack of FL Studio, right? So we create beat patterns right here.
New vocabulary, beef balance. See, I always get my beef balance wrong. I usually get some steak, some potato, and then some vegetables. But I think really it should go steak, 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 no vegetables, mashed potatoes. Maybe a little bit of gravy on the mashed potatoes, but you know, that might skew the beef balance.
You can choose any kind of kicks you like. Okay, so I'll choose some kicks and I'll make a real hit.
I'll choose some keeks. Okay, so we have new vocabulary. We have beef balance and keeks.
Okay, so the 808 kick looks fine. I mean, it's used in a lot of hip hop.
See, this guy is such a visionary that not only does he hear music, but he can see it. Because he was like, 808 kick looks fine. Like, he actually sees music. This guy, 3 weeks in, can see music. I know this is a hip-hop god ready to happen. Okay, what I noticed about this tutorial already, which I have some critical things to point out, he's using words like clap, hat, kicks, and stuff to walk us through what he's doing. And the problem is he has a pre-assumption that we know what all these things are. And I personally don't. So this tutorial is actually affecting how I learn, because I have to now pause the video and actually understand what he's saying by looking at what he's actually doing. So we got claps, hats, keeks, snares, and snares, keeks, claps, hats. But we'll continue with the video and see how we can eventually become a rap genius in 3 weeks, hopefully.
Whoa, hold on. You should create your BPM around like 90. You can change.
Okay. Again, he's using words that I'm not clear with, but I could assume what BPM means. It means beef balance per minute, I think.
So you change that to 90, so that works well. It's really mostly used in hip hop, and the one
note: use 90 beats per minute, because if you want a hip hop track. So I'm gonna have to write that one down. 90 BPM.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, so that's one of my favorite phrases in my vocabulary, and as well as many others. And they don't know it, but okay, so it means so much when you explain it to someone. You know, okay, so it's like a lead-in to very different things, and sometimes you're confused if they're actually talking about like a transition or the cheese. You know, it's just.
So okay.
Okay, the only complaint I have so far is that this is not really a tutorial. It's more like watch me and hopefully you learn something.
Okay, I'm so sorry about that one. I got a text from my babe.
Well, look at this guy. Not only is he a rap genius, but he pulls the bitches. This is very hip hop.
Damn, that sounds horrible, man. So this is how I create a hip hop beat. This is really simple. So in future videos
He is done with this video. He is closing off. After 8 minutes of watching him, I did not learn something. But I'm gonna actually tell him why I didn't learn it. Like, what is beef balance? Okay, how to make a beat in 5 minutes using FL Studio 11.
That you can align with your favorite artists, such as Nicki Minaj. So we also have the...
Okay, first off, he's assuming my favorite artist is Nicki Minaj, and I do not like that.
Turn our metronome on. We're at 112 BPM. Let's go kicks.
Alright, so already have learning conflicts already. So from the previous video, my boys said 90 beats per minute is hip hop. This guy, this Nicki Minaj fanboy, is looking at 112 BPM. So I'm getting mixed signals. I know there's no right or wrong when making music, but you know, that's pretty of a leeway because this is more of a precise number than, you know, just roughly 90. You know, this is 112. Why isn't it like 111 or 110 or 120? You know, it would make more sense. But no, this is a specific number. He finally twists the knob so that he would get 112, and I'm not sure why.
Go to a new pattern, paste it.
Okay, I'm really getting annoyed by this. This is a very steep learning curve. There's a lot of musical terms that I'm not familiar with, and I don't think I'm ready to make a beat. But I'm just gonna skip ahead and actually make a beat because what the hell? Like I could control Alt L Q, you know? Okay, I need to stop before I burn down my house. Like, this is too fire. I do not know what I'm doing. I'm basically using maybe like 10% of the screen. So that's how I'm going to create a beat. I'm just going to mess with these little nib knobs and basically record my screen and the audio and just basically chop it up in Sony Vegas because that way I can make a sick beat. So at the end of these videos, I'll just make one general statement from what I learned from watching these videos. And only one thing, and I can say maybe one sentence, one phrase, whatever. And you know, today what I learned in boating school is that I can't make sick beats, and it's not my fault. You know, I didn't really learn anything about music per se, but I learned something about myself, and the self-reflection is that I'm not musically talented, and anything I make is kind of cheesy and housey. And from there, you know, that's all I could say. I can't make sick beats.